And that's what I really want to talk to you about. Here's what I had when I landed in California. 3 things. Write this down. I had a positive attitude. I was kind of wired that way. Like, that's just, the glasses always half full to me. I have a good work ethic. And I know all of you Midwest girls do. I know you know how to work. Man, we start working at 14 in the Midwest, don't we? You know? I mean, you got a work ethic. And I had that work ethic. And I had a vision. I had a vision for what I wanted to do. I knew I would have to do things I had never done before, and I was totally up for the challenge. And I am going to give you specifics on how we built our business. Now in California, 160 jewelers, 13 designers, and 7 builders. Wow. And I'll tell you exactly what I did, but here's the deal. None of it will matter. None of it will matter without those 3 things. A vision for what you want your business to look like. Doesn't have to look like mine. That's not what we're talking about. What do you want your business to look like? A positive attitude, which means when adversity comes, we're just moving on. We're going to persevere in 2012 in Minnesota, right? A vision for what I wanted, a positive attitude, and a good work ethic. So much so that I'm a week into Roseville, California. The house is not unpacked. It's not my priority. My priority is to get things rolling, to get my kids in school and get my business going. So a week after I landed there, I had my first show, and it was with my realtor. So that's what I learned at all these rallies, is if you're going to move, make sure you have a woman realtor. And do not sign a contract with her until she has committed and signed a contract with you. Often ladies tell me, I just am so blessed. I just have to tell you, I just feel so blessed by this job that I have that is so much fun. And I get to travel a lot and talk to a lot of ladies, and this is what I hear a lot from women. And I know there's someone here tonight who may feel this way, so this is for you. Gayla, I don't have the confidence yet to get out there and do the things you're telling me to do. I don't really feel like I can move in that direction. I don't feel good about my skills yet. Well, I want to tell you something. Action always comes before confidence. Write that down. Action will always and forever come before you're confident. Can I tell you a story? In 2009, I'm at a jewelry show, and everyone there is wearing my necklaces as a belt. As I moved towards bitterness, oh, let me just side note, the hostess is serving egg white salad. What? Who serves egg white salad? So you can now picture what I have been delivered into. But I gotta tell you that I love the girls. I was pretty ticked off at the whole belt thing. This is what they say to me. They say, Gayla, you have to join our fit club. You would be so much fun at the gym. And I'm kind of a woman of my word, so I said to them, as soon as I get back, we were going to DC for designer weekend, and I said, as soon as I get back from this trip, I will join your fit club. So when I came back, I joined the torture chamber. Now, here's the skinny, literally. You have a 3-week, and I see now why they do this, 3-week free membership, okay? And so I'm thinking to myself, I will commit Jessica to 3 weeks, and we'll see how it goes. So the first day I get there, this kid, about half my age, okay? He was pretty hot, but he's like half my age. Ma'am, take a lap. This is what he tells me, take a lap, meaning run. He wants me to run with all these girls who wear the necklaces as belts. And I said to him, I go, really, run? I haven't ran since high school. So yeah, take a lap. Sorry, Kevin. So I started running again, very slowly, like in place. And he says, I go, where do I go? Where do I just follow the girls? Well, these girls are like, they're lapping me. So long story short, I do the lap. I finish the lap. Couldn't breathe, but I finished the lap. It's probably 40 yards or something like that. Okay, so then, how do you think I felt, Tammy? Check me out. Finished the lap. I had a little confidence when the next day I walked in there and he said, take a lap. I'm like thinking, no problem, I'll take a lap. But here's my point. That action had to come before my confidence. I was so nervous in that environment. I mean, those girls were cute, and they were thin, and they had great arms on them, and they are lapping me. But you know what? We all became very good friends, and they loved me, and I want to tell you why they loved me at Fit Club. Because I'm so slow that by the time I get back to the gym, they've got a chance to rest before the trainer calls out the next exercise. But that Fit Club demonstration is true, because here's the deal. The first week, I'm 5 days in. Man, I am pumped to get on the scale. Chanel, I'm going to get on that scale, and I know I'm 20 down in 5 days. And I get on that scale, nothing. Not a pound. I can't even sleep. I'm on Tylenol PM. Next week rolls around, end of the week, not a flipping pound. And you know what I'm thinking? I've committed to 3 weeks. Do you know by the end of the 3 weeks, 7 pounds? Now I'm telling you this because it's like our business. Consistent effort over time, big results. Consistent effort over time, big results. And in this business, do not wait for anyone to set the bar high for you. You set it for yourself. And that's what I did, and we went to work in that area. Now I want to talk to you about shows. This is number one. If you're taking notes, I'll try to say the course. This is number one. I needed shows. Where am I going to get them? My realtor had my first show. I got 1 booking at it. Okay? But outside of that, where am I going to get shows? First thing you need to make sure you do is the person who is doing your hair is supporting your business. Now, I know some of you are going, ouch. I paid the lady $150 every 6 weeks, and she's never had a show with me. Time to move on, girlfriends. The first lady I went to in California, she does my hair. I'm sharing what I do. Okay, this is what I do. And I say to her, hey, what do you think we get some girls together? You know, maybe some of the girls from the salon. And they can kind of play in the jewelry. And you know what she said to me? No, I don't do things like that. And then she says to me, would you like to make a follow-up appointment? No, I don't do things like that. We have to support women in business. I always go to Pampered Chef shows and buy their products. Support other women in business. It was not until my 3rd stylist, who ended up signing up and her daughter signing up, did I stay there. Now, I wasn't rude. I really didn't say that. I just said, no, I'll call you. You know, but in my mind, I'm driving off going, heck no! You need to make sure your children know what you do. And if so, you need to bribe them. I remember telling my son, he was probably 17 at the time, if you can get a show booked with one of your friends' moms, I will give you the profit from it. Go with me now. Sam could not get out there fast enough. He came home one night, Mom, I got a booking. Her name's Lonnie Anderson, true story. And I called her up. And she goes, boy, that was fast. I go, well, Sam just walked in the door, you know. And I called her out and scheduled a show. And do you know, I ended up signing up one of the gals at that show. You know, yeah, I gave Sam the profit from the show. But within the first week that we lived there, my daughter was she was 10 years old. She went to school. The lunch lady says to her, why did you move to California? She says, oh, my mommy's in a jewelry business. And the lunch lady said, oh, does she sell Cookie Lee? Because it's real big on the West Coast. And and she said, no, it's called Premier Designs. Would you like to have a party? Now I want to tell you something. She came home with the lady's name, address, and phone number on a little piece of white paper. And to this day, Valerie Porter is a repeat hostess and a really good friend of mine. So make sure your children, if you have little kids in this room and they don't realize that the reason they are eating is because you have a jewelry business, then come on, girlfriends, let's get on that bandwagon. I joined the Chamber of Commerce. I joined a networking group, kept going even when I wasn't getting leads. This is huge. If you're at a time in your life, an age in your life where you can join a networking group, it works with your schedule, please do not give up 6 months in. You're just getting started. You got to develop relationships with people in these networking groups because they're all coming for the same reason, right? For leads. Stay in it. Meet people. Get to know them. Develop a friendship with them. They will be your greatest assets in this business. The other thing I had to do was I always had to look like $1 million when I walked out of the door. Now, I want to tell you, in Kansas City, I knew everyone. So, you know, yoga pants at Target wasn't a big deal. Because, you know, I didn't feel like I was constantly looking for business. But I want to tell you something. When you look at the calendar and it's not where you want it to be, you better look like this at the grocery store. And I remember so well, you guys, you're going to laugh at me. Who puts on Spanx to go to the grocery store? But this is how funny it was. This is true story, you guys. I would be, like, the grocery store became an appointment to me. And I would get dressed to the nines for 45 minutes, and then I'd come home and just take it all off. You know, but I did. I always got dressed up wherever I was going. Because people complimented my jewelry. And then I could say to them, I've got to get you a catalog. This is the newest and greatest jewelry line. I know you've never seen it. And I don't care if you live in Minnesota, Kansas City, Atlanta, Georgia, wherever you live, this is the newest and greatest jewelry line. And when that becomes your mindset, which is actually my next point, it will change everything. I basically got out there and did everything I've learned to do at so many rallies, roundups, and training. I put all the knowledge to work. Here's kind of what it looked like. My first month, December, I had 2 shows. January tanked, I had 1. February through March, I held 4 shows each. By the first year in California, I had sponsored 9 new jewelers. 7 from home shows, 2 from home office referrals. Okay, are you ready for this? When 8 of the 9 jewelers I sponsored my first year quit, can you believe they quit? I sponsored 11 the next year, and then 15 the next year, and then 12 the next year. This business was never designed to work for women who don't want to work. But girls, it has always been designed to work for women who do want to work.